All right, y'all, before we talk about this bait, and you probably know what it is, but if you don't worry, it's coming. First, let me just give you a little something to hang on to. Did you see the faith leaders in New Jersey, literally different faiths, different denominations, blocking access to that illegally operating facility, the one that the mayor was arrested at, darling? We need more of that, okay? Look, the faith coming back around to be the first folks that come forward to start condemning publicly what this regime is doing in certain areas was not on my card, but darling, I'll take it. Okay, we need to see more of that energy. The people that have been showing up in Massachusetts, well, when their faces are exposed, the internet does the job. Okay, so they are still there. It is people in plain clothes. They are not in uniforms. They are wearing gear that you can buy for yourselves. Okay, they have no identification, no paperwork, in plain clothes and plain cars. Okay, these are just white dudes running around knowing that if they cover their faces and talk with authority, they can get away with a lot. So I need y'all to go ahead and handle that, all right? No one else is going to handle it but us. No one else in the world is going to step forward and do it for you, okay? It has to be us. Otherwise, they're going to keep fast-tracking this settlement that they're doing of bringing everyone that thinks like them in here. And you know what happens after that. Now, darling, speaking on that, let's talk about the bait. You've seen the bait. They are already talking again about releasing Barabbas. You know who I'm talking about, the Chauvin dude, okay? This is a little complicated, though, because here's the thing. He has state charges and federal charges. They are screaming again about these federal charges. Do not take the bait. Do not take the bait. They did this a couple months ago. Remember, they were like, maybe we should release him. And we were like, we're not coming outside. Still not working. So they stopped talking about it. Well, now they're bringing it back because they want it, okay? This thing with the Afrikaner freeloaders, that's part of trying to get to us, okay? Everything they're doing is poking at us, firing black women, getting rid of the librarian of this. And I mean, they're trying. They're trying. The bots are in the comments going, yeah, you guys gonna riot and loot when Anthony goes to jail? You guys gonna riot? You're gonna riot, right? Like they want it. They want it because they need us to kick it off. That's why we are not in the streets. That's why it has to be y'all. You see how hard they want it? You see how bad they want it. So now they're bringing it back up. Well, maybe we should pardon his charges. And this time they're doing, maybe we should. Don't take the bait. Even if they do, don't take the bait. Now, if they do pardon the federal ones, he still has the state ones. And that means he'll have to go from that federal penitentiary where he's kind of protected to a state one where people know him and would have something against that. So it wouldn't even be in his best interest. Now, they're also screaming for overreach and for a full pardon. And technically you're not supposed to, but I need people to stop going, that'll never happen when we're looking at an illegitimate regime that is, again, laundering $400 million right in front of your faces on the taxpayer dime, okay? Legal, enforced racism on the taxpayer dime. Stop telling me things. We have a faith office being paid for by taxpayers in the White House. Do not tell me it'll never happen. That won't. Fuck out of here. But anyway, darling, we are not coming outside. No matter what they pardon, we're not going outside because that is what they want more than anything, which should tell you everything you need to know. Now, one other thing I just want to touch on, because they're also floating these programs, right? This mothers for qualified births. Qualified births is the word you need to pay attention to every time they talk about money for mothers. And these, now they're talking about Hatter accounts, MEGA accounts for qualified births where $1,000 from the government goes into it and then the government takes it and plays with it, and then when the kid is 18 they can have whatever the government. It's more scam, of course. It only sounds good to people who don't understand, and for the folks in the trailers who don't work, who are like, ooh, $5,000 for a baby plus $1,000 in a savings account for later. But even if they made these things happen, again, they're going to need money from somebody because it's blue states and educated people that are making the money to pay into these pots. So I don't know how they're going to do that when they're getting rid of all of us. However, qualified is going to mean white. Okay. So for anyone who's like, oh yeah, qualified birth is going to mean white only. They are going to give $5,000 to the qualified births, and they'll just happen to be white. Just like the only qualified refugees happen to be white and aren't actually fleeing anything. All right? They're redefining it. Nosferatu Miller is up there going, actually, the definition of refugee is exactly these people. What? Folks that are afraid that the law has changed and it's not in their favor, so they're fleeing what they think might happen? Like... Oh, the difficulty, the difficulty. So again, it's up to us, but you need to look deeper. Everything that they do that they say is for the people is never for the people and is always just part of furthering the agenda. You need to pay attention and you need to realize that, yeah, no, it's not going to be anybody else. It's not going to be anybody else, darling. Okay? Okay.